Hey there, Superwoman. So I just wanted to jump in today and ask you a quick question. Have you ever been a Facebook group stalker? Now, before you tell me that you're not, you are. So I want to just ask you a question here. Have you ever been in a group, you stumbled upon someone's pretty picture, or you fell in love with what they were talking about or their vision about what they do, and then you're like, let's take a look and see what they're all about. You click on their profile picture, you end up on their personal profile, you're hunting down their business name, and then all of a sudden you find yourself all on their website, drooling over their amazing branding, pretty pictures, and of course what they do. And before you know it, you're trying to figure out how in the world can I work with them? Let's look at the services page and fill out this contact form. Well, I want to talk to you today about some Facebook page features that you should have implemented on your Facebook business page so that you can capitalize on those opportunities when people Facebook group stalk you all the way to your Facebook business page. So let's jump right in and I will share my screen here. So when you go into your Facebook business page, the three biggest features that I want to talk about are your Learn More button, your About section, and then the services section on your Facebook business page. And I think that these are the three most common areas of your Facebook business page that often get overlooked by a lot of my fellow girl bosses out there. So the reason why I say that those things need to be there are because those are things that lead people places, things that educate people about who you are, who you serve, and what you do, and also give a quick glance at your top three services. So aside from the given of branding your social media accounts and of course branding your social media page with on-brand colors, fonts, and imagery that represent your branding, and of course your ideal audience, because where would we be without that? You definitely want to make sure that you're leading that person to your lead capture button. Now, when you edit your button, here's the cool thing that you can do with these different links. You can link to your website directly to your homepage. You can link it directly to your services page. You can link it directly to your content page, your contact page. And if you, in essence, don't have a website at all, you can create a landing page using MailerLite and send them there. You can create a service PDF guide or a portfolio, which I do have a Canva template for that in my shop. And you can actually create that template, house it at a URL, and then send them directly to that URL for the Learn More, and let that serve essentially as your website until you can afford to make that magic happen. So you really want to lead them to a location. And the reason why I'm pointing these things out is because for the most part, we often forget about our Facebook business pages because we automatically assume that because of decreased reach and constant algorithm changes that everything is pay to play when it comes to our Facebook page, but not really when you're putting all that energy, effort, and movement into what you're doing in Facebook groups, and people are gonna somewhat Facebook group stalk you all the way over here anyway. So if that happens, let's capitalize on that opportunity. So put your Learn More button, make sure that that leads to a location where people can really fall in love with you, knock their socks off, whether that is a high converting homepage, your services page to automatically educate them about your services, or a contact page. If, again, you don't have a website and you just say, hey, I just rather just lead them directly to a contact page, you can always do the link to your Dubsado form. You can always do a link to again, service guide that you created in Canva that you downloaded as a PDF, and you have that as a link saved somewhere in Google or Dropbox, so people can preview that. There's no problem with that. Anything that leads people somewhere to educate them about you. And bonus tip, if you do use the PDF route, you can go ahead and make it so that when people go to that PDF, make sure that there's a page that has an About You on it that has a call to action button that can click to the next step to book a call with you or whatever. So that's my little bonus tip. All right, so moving on to the second one that I love a lot is the About about section, everybody forgets about this, but I have some sneaky little ways. You can turn this about section almost into a landing page slash sales page slash about page if you want to, as if it were a website. It is okay to fully deck out and jack up your Facebook business page as if it were your only website. It is like the secondary website for some people if they don't, especially if they don't have one. I'm gonna say jack it up a lot here. I'm all say yes to the dress Atlanta today. I don't know what it is. But if I scroll down here, as you can see, I can add images. I can, of course, add text. I can italicize both things. I can do quote sections here. Of course, I can add more images. And then I've, of course, put copy there, a link to go to my website or learn more, or that call to action, tell people what the next step is and send them there. And then I have testimonials in here. How cool is that? It's nothing but adding an image and a text and telling it, do you want that image to the left of the text or do you want that image to the right of the text? It's very, very easy to make these adjustments in here. And if I go to edit this page, it is super friendly on what I can do. It's not too scary to add or edit anything. So as you can see, I can add captions. I can put this to the left, around, and put the content around it, just like I have similar to up here. I can decide to make this centered, and then it makes it big again so that this is right here in mid-center. And if you notice here, I have one image to the left and then I have one dead center, so it is breaking up visual space. So you could technically really murder the game in here by, you know, adding lines and separating content with images. And of course, you know, I have this image to the right or left of this content, so it can put all my testimonials the same if I want it to, which is really, really cool. And I think people will appreciate being able to see what people think about you, even though it may not even be on the review section of your Facebook page or even in another area. So you can showcase services in here. You can do testimonials like I've done. You name it. The options are endless. So if you see here, I can add an image when I like put my cursor somewhere, or I can put font or text. I can do the quote, which kind of makes things like this. So I can do great to work with, you know, and I can make that a quote that someone said. That could be like a mini testimonial quote from a longer paragraph that was written here for me. So that is like some really cool pointers and tips that I always like to tell people about because they're really fun. They're really fun to add these really cute things. And of course, no matter what you create, customize it, make it your own, do your own thing. If you were given pointers of some different, you know, code for people to use and you want to write articles in here, I mean, the list goes on and on what you can do. So I'm not going to save that since that is not what I need. So there we go. So that's number 2. So number 1 is, of course, make sure your page is branded. Number 2, or technically that's number 3. Number 2 is use your learn more button. Number 3, fill out that about section page. And then the next one that I think people often forget about is the services section. Oh my God. Educate people about what the heck you do, woman. Because this part is really like important. If someone were to land here and didn't go to your website, because we want to capture them here. We want to say, ooh, what's this? Ooh, what's that? And then say, yes, maybe I do need to learn more and go to the website. But people aren't always going to automatically do that. So we want to capture those people who won't automatically go to your website once they land on this page. So if you educate them about your services here and the things that you do, you have tons and tons of space here to list out all of the amazing things that you do. Always add a cute, you know, cover image for these services. And then when you write the description, you only get 200 characters, so be very straight to the point about what the benefits are of getting that service, of course, and then always drag your top 3 services to the very top. I'm talking about your money makers. I'm talking about the things that you know that people are going to need the most, the things that you're well known for. Put those top 3 things right at the top of your services list, because then when you go back home and people are on your home page and as they're scrolling down your page, they see those top 3 services just kind of lingering and hanging out. And then there's like a little, button to say see more. They're not going to see everything you offer on that long list just from showing up here on the home page of your Facebook page here. So do your top 3 moneymakers, see, as you can see right at the top, so people can see those things that you are known for, those things that you're standing out for, those things that you are often shouted out for in Facebook groups. So I hope this has been very beneficial and helpful for you. This blog post is on the blog at crystalclarkcreative.com/blog. If you guys have any other questions, leave them in the comments area below, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. It is a pleasure to serve you, inspire you, and educate you. Have a great week. Bye.